Hello,
Hi, good
welcome.
afternoon.
It's Friday. We're joined by our favourite chef and dancer, the lovely Wafaa Powell from Dancing Flavours. Who knew that today was National Spinach Day, right? So we decided to team up with the lovely Wafaa and bring you a spinach dish, because that's what we do, right? So the dish is called marchouche.
Well done, Jamie.
I know, right? I know. I've got it written down. So let me tell you a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit about this dish, right? So you can do this recipe with any edible green leaf. Wafaa herself actually prefers to use beetroot leaf or spinach. It's a great side dish for lunch or a main meal. Mainly prepared in the spring, where women who lived outside of the cities went out collecting the tender green leaf from the hills and nearby fields, and then they created this gorgeous dish out of it. That's all I've got.
I think you've stolen a thunder. Wafaa, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi. Good. Is it good morning? No, it's good afternoon now. Thank you very much. I'm fine, thank you. Jamie, that's not fair. That's what I was going to say. So now
you just seem so busy cooking and preparing and mixing. I thought, you know what? I'm going to look like I know what I'm talking about. I don't, however, just to point out that it was written down in Wafaa's cookbook, which is actually called Dancing Flavours.
Yeah.
And you can buy it off her website. So that's it. But there's all sorts of other stuff that you could talk about, Wafaa.
So tell us about this recipe and what you're doing today, because it sounds delicious.
Just to confirm to Jamie, I can cook and talk, and I am known to cook and dance. So, but thanks for your introduction. That actually set the scene. So today's recipe is marchouche because, as you mentioned, it's Spinach Day. So we're going to cook one recipe with spinach. In my book, there is another very tasty spinach recipe, so you can check it later with black eye beans. So today, for the marchouche, that is, you don't have to, but I like it with crushed wheat. So crushed wheat is the fine wheat. You just soak it in water and chuck the water away and leave it in the dish you're going to mix. Then I wilted the spinach and I'm using it frozen. So you can use or fresh or frozen. It doesn't matter. You squeeze. You don't want too much liquid in it. So you squeeze that. Then you fluff it a little bit. So it's not all in one lump. I'll show you the dish at the end. So you scatter it, you do that. And the point is, as you mentioned, Jamie, it's you can do it with any edible green. I like it mixed with beetroot because it gives it a nice red color. But you can do absolutely any green. And as also you mentioned, traditionally, it's in the spring. So when all those edible green come in the wild, and women used to go and collect that. So there's not necessarily spinach particularly, but spinach is more available.
Garlic as well, then. Would you be able to use like wild garlic leaves?
But anything. I think garlic, I'll tell you why I wouldn't use garlic leaf, because the garlic is too strong. And in this recipe, garlic is not part of it.
Okay.
It's just for that reason.
Another quick question, Wafaa, right, is what is the best type of wheat to use? Is it light wheat or dark wheat?
Traditionally, we use either of those. For this recipe, is either. But I tend to like the dark crushed wheat. But if you have the white, that's fine. And
but what's the difference?
Say that again?
What is the difference between light wheat and dark wheat?
It's the skin. The dark wheat has the skin on. The light wheat, the skin is off, like bulgur wheat.
Okay. So the dark wheat is the dark wheat better for you nutritionally?
It has more fiber. It has more fiber, of course, yeah. And I like the look of it. I like the look of it. Although when you soak it in water, like you can see, it lightens up a bit. But if only you're using the white, it's just stay in your face, a lot in your face. So I tell you what, I thought I'm very well prepared. I forgot the salt. I mixed the crushed wheat, spinach. I'm going to bit of salt, just sprinkle of salt. That's, of course, personal how much you add. I'm going to add lemon juice, a drizzle of lemon juice. Oh, I love my lemons. Somebody, a friend of mine, is going to make me a mask with lemons on it because. And what makes this dish very, very nice and special is the onion. You caramelize your onions, and I like lots of onions in this dish. Now, before I forget, that you don't need particular measurements, so you can put a bunch of this, 2 onions, 1 onion and a half. It doesn't make any, it does not spoil it, and you don't want to be very fussed about measurement with this. I like onions, so I put lots of onions. So for this one, I have 2.5 onions. I caramelized, and I'm going to mix. And because there is oil with the onions, I don't necessarily want to add oil, but if you fancy, you can always add just a tiny drizzle of olive oil. Just to add.
Use rapeseed oil.
Huh?
Would you be able to use rapeseed oil?
You can use any oil you like, but traditionally for salads and cold dishes, we use olive oil. Okay. For frying, we use sunflower oil. But here, sometimes I use rapeseed oil to support, fossil food. Friend of mine, so I do use sometimes there just for support. Traditionally, we didn't have in Lebanon rapeseed, so we only use sunflower.
Okay.
We've had a little comment from Sarah Butler, who's a friend in the hub as well, and she's run classes for children from Cookstars. And she said nettle may work, because I love nettle soup.
Yes,
nettle would work as well, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, any edible green. And that is this finish. Look, salt. You don't need pepper because there is lots of flavors. The onion, caramelized onion, is quite nice flavors and sweet. Spinach I've got because I had it in the freezer. As I said, any green, edible green, you can do that. Bit of crushed wheat, drizzle of lemon juice, bit of salt, and that is your marshouche dish done and dusted. And I'm going to have that for my lunch.
Hold up a little bit for the camera. That looks delicious. Yeah,
it does look good.
That looks really delicious.
So I'm going to bring you back to the book a second, Wafaa. So it says that traditionally you use dark wheat, so we established that. But it says here, using couscous will change the taste. So do you use couscous instead of the wheat?
No, I don't like couscous. I think anyone who cooked with me or heard me talk, no, I don't like couscous. Couscous is tasteless, while wheat has a nutty flavor. So by using couscous, you're taking one of the flavors away. Although couscous comes from wheat, but it's different variety of wheat. So crushed wheat, bulgur wheat, it comes from a different wheat that have flavor. They have wheat flavor. So by using couscous, you're taking one of them away. And I don't like it anyway. It's waste of ingredient.
So what is Sweet Mart?
What is that? Sweet Mart is a big supermarket that stock Middle Eastern ingredients.
Oh, okay, so Sweet Mart or Amazon. Right, okay, I get it now.
It's like your top student today.
I've never had any material with me before, to be fair.
I know, he's over the moon. So he's testing every single angle of your cooking now, Wafaa.
Absolutely, and that's how it should be. I just put a post on LinkedIn today to say, we tend to, we eat what we're used to eat. And some people, of course, are more adventurous and they like to try. But there is something about eating, knowing what we're eating is good for us. So I searched, I'm not a nutritionist, I just love to cook and eat, but I searched about spinach. And the goodness in spinach is just unbelievable. I can't remember them. I'm going to read them to you. Hold on. So spinach is rich in calcium, magnesium, vitamin C and vitamin K, in iron, folate. It's great as anti-inflammatory. It's good for eyesight. It reduces blood pressure and maintain bone health. Did you know that?
I knew a few of them. Because
of course I did. I know everything.
A lot of people, and I have done in the past as well, actually, used spinach in a sort of as a juice. when I was juicing. Yeah, because that was really, really popular. And spinach is amazing for that.
So Sarah's come back on and she said, it looks really interesting. I've never heard of it. I'm going to try this, although not with spinach. I hate it. Sorry, National Spinach Day. Well, we don't hold it against you, Sarah. But if you want to buy the recipe book and you want to know how to do it, it's called Dancing Flavours.
And it's available from Cinnabons as well as from Wafaa's website.
Washer.
I don't know where that came from. So, dancingflavors.co.uk, and just get in touch with her and you can get a cookbook.
What was the other menu, the other recipe? What was that one that contained spinach?
That was with black eye beans, but that's all. The other one have garlic. I can't wait. Sorry.
Is it in your book?
Black eye beans with spinach and fried garlic is amazing. Amazing. Hold on.
Am I good?
Say
While they're looking at the cookbook and
24,
the recipe.
24.
There we are.
There it is.
Oh, that looks delicious as well.
It does.
But if you want to come and join Wafaa, we are cooking with you on the 17th of April when we're doing lamb kofta, and it's also available as a vegan recipe. So if you want to come on a cook along, I can highly recommend it. And you also get the fabulous student Jamie on there as well, who will also be cooking and asking all the lovely questions that he got. So what's the next one?
And I've never heard of lamb kofta, so it's going to be an experience for me. But then I've never heard of baklava either. And in fairness, I loved it that much, I ended up eating half of it on my own. And then the other half I shared with Charlotte. So
you've been very good at helping also, haven't you? You've been very good at helping.
I'm a proper little helper. I can chop.
He's a good chopper.
I am a good chopper. Yeah, I can definitely chop. And I love eating, right? So the only reason I ever really cook is because I like eating. But Charlotte loves cooking and Charlotte loves cooking and I love eating. So it really, it works, you know, it's just a relationship made in
absolutely. There is something about cooking with others, with people, and sharing, and that's what my message. And I've been trying to really work hard, and the response I had amazing throughout the lockdown. It's about people cooking together and eating together, and it's of course been made possible with being on Zoom. I had families from all over the world joining together because they want their time, their time together. I had private groups, so they're just on their own as a family, or they just joined a general class like the one you joined, and it's just lovely.
So Sarah's come back on. She's keen on this one. She loves this show. She says lamb kofta is delicious. Well, we will see you there, Sarah. Yes,
come join us.
Absolutely.
Jamie, it is actually very well known. It's a dish, or what we're doing is a dish, but lamb kofta is just meatballs. But I'm doing the traditional way we do in Lebanon. And it's quite well known, actually. I'm surprised you said you never heard of it. It's quite, but I ate it in a pub.
Traveled, Wafaa. You know, I've lived a very sheltered life.
Oh no.
I know. You know, I don't get out much.
Yes.
I know very little about anything really.
Food is, there is lots of things I never heard of. It's not that, but I ate it once in a pub out of curiosity, and it has nothing to do with the kofta, and I got very cross. And I do, if you read my latest blog, I get cross about people messing up with recipes. So on the 17th, we're going to do the traditional, authentic kofta, lamb kofta, with a vegetarian alternative.
I can't wait, because when we did the baklava, again, I'd heard of it. I've never made it. But you were using some very different sort of things like rose water and orange blossom water, which I've never used before. And it was very, very different to the Turkish baklava that I tried. So every tradition, and that's what I love about cooking, is eating together, learning new traditions and learning new sort of concepts of what's around in the world. So can't wait, really can't wait.
If you do make baklava with Wafaa ever, make sure that you order your butter in bulk.
It's not my problem. It's the fellow pastry problem, not mine.
Oh, Wafaa, it's been really lovely to join up with you again, and we love these special awareness days. So National Spinach Day. Spinach is good for you, and tasty.
And who knew, with a very simple concept like National Spinach Day, that you could make a whole show about it?
I know.
You know, I think it's absolutely brilliant. And there it is, her half-eaten marsh.
She's making me hungry now.
I know, I can't pronounce it now.
I can't wait.
Marachouche.
I can't wait. Now I'm going to have that for my lunch. And thank you for inviting me on your show. It's lovely. I love to share my food. I really love to share food. I just love to eat and cook with people. So thank you very much.
No worries. And if you love to share your food that much, Wafaa, you can always bring it round, right? Because I love to eat food and I love to share food with others. So especially if they've cooked it. So if anyone wants to find the lovely Wafaa Powell and Dancing Flavours, the lady that fills your belly and then makes it wobble, you can of course find her on the brilliant business directory, which is See No Bounds. But where else can they find you, Wafaa?
Well, I've got my website, dancingflavors.co.uk. I am on LinkedIn. I am on Facebook. I am on Twitter. I don't use it a lot, but I am there. I am on Instagram, and I am everywhere. I love networking, so I am everywhere really. I think if you put my name, you can't go wrong. But you spell it correctly, because if you put the A's and the F's in different places, you won't find me. So
you find a very different food, lovely food, which was National Wafaa Day yesterday. So we will see you very soon, Wafaa. Thank you so much for joining us. For everybody who's listening in, Sarah, obviously, we will see you at Lancofter. I'm gonna only assume, but lots of love, Wafaa.
Yes.
Lots of love.
Lots of
and
love.
we'll see you soon.
Friday, stay tuned
Thank
and have
you.
a lovely
Enjoy your
weekend.
rest of
Take
your
care.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.